To remove and install the upper control arm on your ProStar S4 Indy Adventure, follow these steps. Park the snowmobile on a flat level surface and remove the key. Then, safely elevate the snowmobile. Reference your owner's manual for proper lifting techniques. Next, remove the sway bar link fastener and discard the nut. Then, remove the lower shock fastener and discard the nut. Continue by counterholding the upper control arm spherical bearing and remove the nut, washers, and spherical bearing. Discard the nut. Then, carefully separate the spherical bearing from the spindle. Next, remove and discard the flange nuts securing the pivot shafts to the sled. And remove the upper control arm assembly. Before continuing, clean the control arm with a clean shop rag. Inspect the arm for wear or damage, paying close attention to the spherical bearing, and replace if necessary. Also, remove the pivot shafts and inspect for wear or damage, and replace if necessary. Next, align the control arm assembly with the mounts on the sled and reinstall the assembly. Then, loosely secure with 4 new control arm nuts. Continue by loosely installing the spherical bearing, retained washers with the dome facing down, and a new flange nut. Before continuing, inspect the shock bushing as well as the sway bar link bushing for wear or damage and replace if necessary. Then, align the shock mounting holes and reinstall the retained fastener from the rear and secure with a new nut. Continue by aligning the sway bar link with the mounting hole in the control arm. Then, reinstall the retained fastener from the left side of the sled and secure with a new nut. Next, torque the upper control arm nuts to specification. Then, torque the spherical bearing nut to specification. Continue by torquing the shock fastener to specification. Then, torque the sway bar link fastener to specification. Finally, lower the vehicle completely. For more information, see your authorized Polaris dealer or visit Polaris.com.